Words, they never seem to work right.
I struggle with rockets, but I've been getting a bit better lately.
And I can't even fire the damn things.
Oh
I've just
no.
turned on the guns. I've done the 2 switches for the rockets, and nothing.
Oh.
Didn't even launch.
Once again, so all your switches are on. What, you're in a 47? Oh no, you're in the. You just said, didn't you?
Mosquito.
You're in the mosquito. Um, and you've got your switch over on the left turned on.
Yeah.
Your rocket switch. Well, that seems odd then. Perhaps it's a mapping thing, is it? Although, if it never works, it's a mapping thing. If it sometimes works, then that's something else. Well, voice attack was working nicely last night, no problem at all. And now it won't even register when I've pushed my key to listen. So I've closed it and start it again. I'm wondering if it's the order in which you start things up or something like that. Because unusually I started this very early. Like, I've normally got a process, but the first thing I do, not that I need to now for DCS, but I always used to make sure that I started up track IR rather than have to close the game and reopen
Right.
it. Yeah. Whereas we don't have to do that now, so don't have to worry.
No.
But that's one of the first things I do, and then a bit later I start up voice attack. But this time I started voice attack sort of as the first or second thing. Maybe that affects it. Yeah, I just restarted voice attack and it's okay now.
I almost exclusively don't use voice attack now. It's
Well, it's only for you. It's really only for War Thunder, isn't it?
yeah. I used it a little in other games, but I just found it was so unreliable.
Well, yeah.
It just wouldn't help me in the way that it was supposed to be helping.
Yeah. And it's such a pity because it's lovely when it works right. It
Yeah.
really is good. But I just use
Yeah,
it
and
to
it
save
lures you
me.
into a false sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I use it because obviously for me, reaching around a stick to get to the keyboard is not much. It's less fun than for someone else. So I don't have to. I almost never have to touch my keyboard now. So that's useful for that, if nothing else. There's not many commands I use. Very few, really.
I'm going to come in kind of emergency. I just lost an engine, I've found.
Oh, I lost one the other day and it just rolled over yesterday.
Yeah, it's not necessarily happy about it. It's fair to say, but it seems to be stable at the moment.
Oh, good.
Not entirely sure when I lost it.
Well, obviously something from the ground hit it, but without you realising.
Yeah, but I didn't hear any weapon impact.
Oh, right. You didn't just blow it, did you?
It's not impossible, but I don't know how because the other engine's still going fine.
Yeah, you'd expect if you're blowing one, they must both be running the same pretty much, and they would both in some way be affected, maybe.
Okay, coming in from the east.
Copy that. I've not even started up
Oh,
yet.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Wow, what was that?
Oh, oops. I
What
see
was
the
that?
bang.
I don't even know what. I don't think I lost airspeed.
But that was a bit like what happened to me when I lost one engine, and all of a sudden it just like keeled over. There's
Hmm.
nothing I could do about it. But I don't
Well,
know
that seemed
how.
to cut.
Don't see what.
So I don't even know. I don't even know how to describe what just happened. Though it sort of it began to um, yaw in a circle.
Uh,
I don't. No, I don't even know how that worked. But there you go. 7 ages ago now.
Probably there. I'll do it again just to see.
It's kind of a breathy switch.
Make a turn and come back, see what it sounds like.
So
Good.
really do not understand why the rockets don't work. You don't have to turn anything on the bomb armament, do you?
No.
It's just
No.
the two switches, isn't it?
Yeah, should be. As long as your mapping is okay.
Yeah, I just set the mapping and it doesn't seem to do anything. The gun's fine, just I can't get the rockets to launch.
I'm going to jump in one in a minute. I'll see if that helps. In fact, I'll come back now. I've had a little check out in the spit, done the usual run, so I'll come back and try a Moz.
I just noticed that with the rockets, the mapping's fine because I can see the button on the stick depressing. They just don't launch.
Request rearming. Copy.
Okay, so your switch on the left to your left elbow for the rockets, that's switched on, right?
Yeah, so it looks like it's illuminated, but it's not. It's just flicked forward because the light is catching the top of the switch.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's flicked inwards towards your leg
Yeah.
Rearming
to the
complete.
on position. Yeah.
And you've got your, I mean, your fire button, I think is only for machine guns, isn't it? The one that's just above your aileron trim.
No, if you look on the stick, you got 3 triggers on your stick in the Mosquito. You got a silver one on the left, which is your cannon.
Oh yeah.
You've got a silver one on the middle, which is your 7.7s or whatever they are, and then you've got a round black one, and that's your rocket bomb.
Yeah, but
Pickle
the
button.
thing is, does the fire button, the one that's below your gear lever, does that need to be switched
Oh, that's your
on?
cannons.
Yeah.
No, that's your. It is on. It is on,
Okay,
but that's
it
your
is on.
cannon.
Okay.
That's
No,
your guns on.
I didn't
Yeah.
know if it was some kind of a general arming.
Right, that your master arm. Yeah. No, it's all that one's on. I've even tried it with that off as well, just to make sure that you can only fire one at a time or something.
Okay. Right, your switch at the top left is in the off
Yeah.
position, and that's, I think that's
No,
as a volley.
no, it's in the on position.
It's in the on position. That's in.
Yeah, because I've turned it on.
Right, so that's salvo
That's the
mode.
that's.
So that means it fires the lot in one go. I'd never turn it on.
Well, it doesn't fire anything. I thought it was supposed to be on, but even turning it off doesn't fire anything.
Okay, I'll leave it off for now. I never turn
Okay.
it on. As far as I'm aware, it means that when you got it switched on, when you squeeze your rocket button, it's going to fire all of them at the same time. That's what I understand it to do. Well, either
Right.
that or one from each wing. But I think it's one from
Yeah.
each wing anyway, rather than individual. There's probably a something somewhere about how many rockets get fired. Unless that's on your bomb thing, but I never open that. I never go to that.
Right.
Unless it's that particular Mozzie. No, it's not, because I use that one. You're in 10, position 10, and I use
have
that,
no
and
idea.
it's been fine. It's the first one on the list. I've used that normally, and it's I've not had an issue with it. So if it was something to do with that particular spawning,
Yeah.
I would have suffered it as well. I can't see anything else, and I'm quite sure that I don't do anything else. I just I just wonder if there's something that I turn on that you don't, that might somehow affect it. I mean, the 3 switches on your left, like your compass, your INV 106 and your A1271, they're all on. But I think it has to do with
I
comms,
don't
isn't
use I don't use the forwardmost one.
I don't know what it's for. I'm assuming it's to do with comms.
The forwardmost one is you listen to the beacon as you're coming in on
Oh.
approach.
Beam approach, yeah, okay, I just hovered over it. Yeah, I always turn it on anyway. I can't see what else would stop your rockets from firing.
I've just lost my right engine again.
Oh. So it was just lost. It didn't get shot up.
No.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just over the airfield, so I'm going to see if I can touch down.
Well, I hope my rocket doesn't hit you. I accidentally fired off a rocket. Well, it fired off 2. So therefore salvo must mean all of them. I'll check it. I'll try it. I'll put it on salvo. Mind your head, and I'll see what happens on a fire. Yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful sight. They all go off. I'll have to reload now.
It's definitely overheated. I just don't know why. Oil's sitting at 70. Radiator is just shy of 100.
So you normally fly
No
with
oil pressure.
do you normally what is your boost normally when you're flying, and what is your RPM normally when you're flying? I fly with an RPM of about 2,800 and a boost of about 8.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about where I've
Yeah.
It was a better save than last time I landed, but don't worry about the mosquito thing. It's just turning into more of an annoyance than anything else.
Yeah, but it should work.
Especially as I don't seem to be doing anything different to you.
Bound to be something simple, I would have thought.
Request rearming. Copy.
I think I might leave it on salvo mode just to see
Right.
how good it is when you're hitting out a bunch of stuff. Because I know
Also depends what rockets you've got.
Yeah, even in War Thunder, when you get these hints and tips, it says it's best to fire off more than one because rockets are notably inaccurate.
Yeah.
Rearming complete.
There's something not right because actually I'm just hovering around here in the cockpit unless what you should be able to do is apply the brake and lock it. There's a little pin that locks it in,
Right.
but you can't.
What, in the mosquito?
Yeah, so it holds the
Why
brake
would
on.
you need it?
Well, just in case you want to put your brakes on and rev your engines up without moving. But
Leave
you
your
can't.
brakes wherever you put them.
Yeah, but in reality that wouldn't happen. If you let go of your brake, that lever will fly back. Yeah, in reality the lever will fly back to its normal position if you let go of it. So in reality you squeeze your lever, put your brakes on and push that little pin in and it holds the brakes on for you.
Right.
But when you hover over that area, you don't get on anything on the mouse to say like brake lock or something. You can't operate the brake with the mouse. So that all has to be assigned in some way. So the big black button is the one that fires the rockets, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. I didn't look when I fired my salvo. I didn't look. I
No.
won't do it again. I'll have to get rearmed again. But that is really odd. If you're doing all the same as me, but your rockets aren't firing, that's odd.
Yeah.
It's not something stupid like your side door is open, so it won't let you fire rockets, is it?
It's closed.
No, that's all right. I'm just sort
Oh,
of
you mean the window?
wondering. No, the side door, the entry door.
Right. I know that's definitely.
Because I think, not always, but I think when you get repaired or under other circumstances, I'm not sure, but when you get back in, that when you go back to your aircraft, you find that door's left open. You have to close it. I think it's
Right.
when you've been repaired. You have to close that door after you've been repaired. And it's not even even that button that fires the rockets. None of the firing buttons, when you hover over them with the mouse, none of them give an indication of what they're for.
Yeah.
Are you spawned in yet?
Yeah, I've jumped into a
Oh,
P51.
P51. Yeah, okay. That's an odd looking P51.
What am I in? I don't know what I'm in.
Well, you are in a P51, I assume.
Oh.
But an I-16 just potted past, and the only time I see that is when you're
Right,
flying
so-
it.
Yeah, it's that odd AI one.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Hello, Rodney. I don't think I recognise your name. Is this your first time on my stream?
Yes.
Oh, well, welcome. Hopefully you'll see something you like. You might come back again. Also, bear in mind, Laxor streams on Twitch. I also stream on Twitch.
You're from the U.K. here.
Yes, I am, sir. Yeah, so Laxor, Laxxor, streams on Twitch, and he's here in this mission at the same time as me. So I think he's flying a P-51 at the moment. And I've already taken a flight out in a Spit. That's my usual thing to test everything, to take a Spit, and I'm now going to take up a Mosquito.
On the starter. Copy.
Do you use DCS, Rodney?
DCS or wait?
This is DCS. Used to do War Thunder, but tend to do just DCS nowadays. War Thunder, I think, outgrew itself. It was great when it was smaller, and it was mainly just sort of aircraft. Then they moved into land forces and helicopters and ships and stuff, and the whole player base then got spread about a lot more. So it was less inviting. I thought there's fewer people to get in there with. Plus, they then introduced all the different countries in War Thunder. So to try to remember, because I fly in sim, there are no labels. In War Thunder there's no labels in sim, so you have to be able to recognise the aircraft before you blow it out of the sky.
I tried with the A4 Skyhawk.
Tried what, in War Thunder or DCS? Did I have in DCS? I don't know. Okay, let's get this starboard engine running.
DCS.
Okay, yeah, you do need a machine that's capable for it, I suppose, but have you got a meaty machine, or is it sort of a machine that just gets you by?
The mode is made by the DCS community.
The mode is made, but I'm not sure what you mean. Right, I'm going to taxi to runway, see what I can do with these rockets. First of all, I'll reset my altimeter. Do you know about how the Spitfire works in reality in terms of how to make a turn when you're taxiing?
My computer runs it. Mod asterisk.
Oh, mod, right. Okay. So it runs it. Okay, so, well, is there any reason that you're not flying in DCS right now? I'm just going to speak to Laxor for a minute. That issue I had yesterday with the flaps is behaving perfectly fine now tonight. I'm not zoomed in visually. I'm able to set my flaps to between 10 and 30, and it was easy to do.
That's good.
The A4 Skyhawk uses brake steering. It is very hard to do.
Well, okay, I'm just going to talk my stream for a minute. It's hard to do, but is it toe brakes like on your rudder pedals? Do you have rudder pedals and use toe brakes on the A4?
No rudder pedals.
Okay, the reason I asked is because with something like a P47 or P51, you have toe brakes. So when you tilt your foot forward on your rudder pedal, you're using your brake. That doesn't apply to a Spitfire in reality, and it doesn't apply to a Spitfire in DCS. It does in War Thunder, which is wrong.
And I would really need to spend a lot more of a hot-ass system.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You can spend forever on this, really. So the thing is, I can move my rudder pedals backwards and forwards. I can tilt my foot forwards, so I'm not sliding, I'm tilting. And you notice the rudder pedal does nothing. So there's no braking on the rudder pedals on the Mosquito, neither in a Spitfire. They work the same. So you've got the brake lever, which you have to apply brakes. If you want to turn left, you have to apply left rudder and then apply some brake, so that it applies braking to the left wheel. And likewise turn right rudder, apply braking to the right wheel. It's very uncomfortable, not intuitive, takes a bit of getting used to. And I'm going to go right. I'm going to go out of here to the taxiway that goes to around about the middle of the runway. I should ask permission, but I'm not going to. There is radio comms. Last time I tried it on this one, it didn't seem to work. Let's close the window. You have to open the window to get rearmed on this one. Otherwise the ground crew can't hear you. I'm trying to show you what I'm doing, but I've had to put my head in a very odd position to be able to show you what I'm doing. Because I'm using head tracking, obviously. I'm using track IR. I don't use VR, I use track IR. I don't know if you're still there, Rodney, but if you do decide to go or have to go, just let me know, because otherwise I end up talking to myself, which is embarrassing.
Yeah, you really need track IR in DCS.
Oh yeah, or head tracking of some sort. I would need it. I need it in War
Okay.
Thunder as well. Oh, that okay is to let me know that you're going to tell me if you're going. Thank you.
There is a 30 seconds delay.
30, wow. It used to be about 13. It's not something I can control, unfortunately. It's not something I've built in. It might be shorter on Twitch, because I stream on Twitch as well. But I don't know how the two compare in that sense. Whereabouts are you? I'm assuming USA. Am I clear for
It's
takeoff?
probably me. I'm in Australia.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, you're in Oz, okay. I got people in Oz. Went there in 2006. I went there in 2006, so they went there in mid-60s. Right, once again, as with the spit, there's a bit of a knack in taking off. The spit is not, I don't know if you know the phrase, but there's a lady named Mary Ellis that she used to transport Spitfires from manufacturer or from airfield to airfield, and of the Spitfire she said, yes, she's a lady in the air, but she's a bitch on the ground. And that's because of the small wheelbase. This one wants to veer around to the right, and yet they say put right rudder trimmer on. I don't quite understand that, but if you leave your brake on, because you just can't control, if you leave your brake on just slightly, and then once your nose drops, once your tail lifts and your nose drops upon takeoff, then you can use your brakes effectively. Your brakes don't do
In the P-51,
anything.
when you take off, you throw the mixture control. Is it all the way forward to emergency full rich?
I don't do that. I don't even do
Does that
that.
need to run?
Yeah, I just put it in the
So-
same in that first position. I put it back to that first position and leave it there all the time, and it seems fine for me. Maybe I should, but I never have so far. That's how little I know about it. I'm just going to take off, so I'll go quiet for a sec.
Okay.
Taking off in the muzzy, you know what I mean?
Family came here on the 2nd Fleet. Marine Lieutenant and a pastor's daughter came from Cornwall.
Oh, right. So you just heard Laxor then. I'm assuming you're catching both streams. Are you hearing Laxor speaking? Or when he was speaking?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. I'm I'm going to go for a dangerous manoeuvre. There are some tanks on the railway bridge ahead, and they're a bit dangerous, and I'm going to go for them with my rockets. For the first time I'm going to set them to salvo, so they will all go at the same time. Those tanks will be firing at me soon. Here it comes.
Warthog hot ass.
Oh, I think they took my wing off. Yep, they took my wing off. As I said, they're dangerous. It looks as though I got one of the BTRs and or two of the BTRs and damaged another one. There were 4 there. Would you like me to jump in a Spit? Well, that's the thing. That's what I said. That it's a dangerous manoeuvre because those on the bridge, they are quite dangerous. And with the rockets on that, I have to get quite close, and I'm not very good with them anyway. So, do you fancy a Spit? If you just say Spit, if you fancy a Spit, I'll get one. Failing that, I'll carry on with a Moz.
Whatever you want.
Okay, well, I'll get in the Spit simply because I mentioned it earlier. And you've already seen the Moz, let's jump in a Spit. As you can see, Laxor is in the P51. And you might have noticed that it suddenly popped in closer. This is what I believe is what you would see in a Spit. The first view that you had before my key took it out was what it just gets automatically set to, and you can see too much. And in a Spit, it's tight. There's not a lot of room. You're sitting. You got your nose on your gauge, really. Your aiming thing, you know. Brain's gone dead, sorry. Right, I was just starting because I'm thinking what I've got to do to start up. Fuel on, you might hear it. Barely audible if it's there. Open the fuel cock. Put on the magnetos over there.
Similar to a 4 Skyhawk.
I wouldn't know. I'll take your word for that. And the first thing I should have done was to make sure the brake is on, so that it doesn't pull me forward as the engine starts, and make sure my prop pitch is fully fine. I'll then push the throttle forward a bit because there's a little switch under there which is just about visible, which I could click.
Very cramped
or
cockpit.
Just do that. Yeah, it is a cramped cockpit, yeah. As I said, you didn't so much sit in a Spit, you more like wore it. So now that I've put that switch on with my throttle lever, it shows that the gear indicator is on, gear is down obviously. So, I have to keep recapping because I'm talking and I forget what I've done. Right, fuel is on, fuel cock is on, magnetos are on. I need to prime it. I'll give it 5 pumps on the primer. I now have to press those 2 buttons there, the starter and booster buttons. I never did find out what the booster button actually does. Well, I meant to. I forgot to find out. And once the engine is ticking over and starting to catch, I'll throw the mixture lever forward. I've got a button on the back of my throttle unit for that. So here we go. First I'll just crack the throttle a bit, and away we go. Set my altimeter while she's warming up. Set my nose down to 1 division of nose down. At the moment it's 2 divisions of nose up. I like the little, what looks like wear marks on that screw. I think that's quite a nice touch. Right, 1 division of nose down. And then set my rudder trim so that the double D is just past the 12 o'clock mark. That's all good. Oh, there'll be Laxor. He's got his lights on. Let's follow the example. I'll put my lights on. I don't know if you know, I'll show you. If I put these lights in this position, that key there, I'll jump out and show you by using a key on my keyboard, operates that light at the top in Morse code. So if I lost my radio, if I was shot up and I lost my radio, I could still communicate with the section using Morse. Still communicate with the section using Morse code. Our units near the airfield are hitting those explosions you're seeing over there. Are an incoming convoy of tanks which are trying to come and capture the airfield, but our tanks in the end are just too good. But if we attack them, they are lethal. If I was to go and attack them with a spear, every danger that I would be shot to bits. Okay, I've got my appropriate trims set. Let's show the pilot, because to see the stick moving in a ghostly fashion with no one holding it isn't quite right. You wouldn't see that. So that might seem a bit gamey. I think to put the hand on the stick is actually more like what you would see. So I'm going to go that way. Brake is fully on at the moment. I'm going to go that way and turn right towards the airfield, the runway. I think I'm all good to do that. I don't think I've forgotten anything. Here we go. Brake off. Our guys are doing a good job there, getting rid of that convoy. This is Laxor's server. He created the mission, and it's still a work in progress for him. There's still things that he wants to do, but there's lots of targets. There's air targets. They're reasonably passive air targets. The 109s don't chase after you and shoot you, but the gunners in the bombers will shoot at you. So every danger they'll get your engine. That's what usually happens.
The learning curve is extreme on DCS though, ha ha ha.
Oh yeah. Especially in the Spit. I actually thought, when I got the Spit, after a while I was getting quite disappointed, because I was beginning to think that I would never be able to take off in the Spit, because it always ended up in tears for me. The wing would drop, and it'd go in circles. I'd be all over the place and crash on takeoff. But now I've pretty much got the hang of it. So I still have to think about it and go careful, but that's a Spit. She's a lady in the air, but a bitch on the ground. It's a small wheelbase. When you land in the Spit, you haven't landed when your wheels touch. That's when the work starts. Trying to stay straight, trying to keep it under control once you come into contact with the runway. That's the difficult part. To take off, I'm going to go full stick back, full right aileron, throttle up, gradually let the stick forward. Once she lifts off, I'll get the gear up, adjust the nose trim to 1 division of nose up, and then I'll set my RPM to 2700 with the prop pitch lever, and I'll close my canopy. So let's take off, brake it off. Stick back, full right, foot right. Okay, gun sight is on. Sorry, that was for the other one. That's my stroke. Sorry. Gun sight is on and guns are ready. Once again, I'll go for those tanks on the bridge, but this time I don't carry bombs on a Spit. I'm useless with bombs. I don't think they're a bomber. I think they're a fighter. Some rockets would be nice, but that's not going to happen. So I go for them. These tanks on the bridge, I go with my guns. Sometimes, on the last time I did this, I got all 4 in one stroke, which was a bit of a surprise. So let's see if I can finish off the ones that I didn't get on that last run. See, they're firing at me already. There's no point in me firing yet. Oh, well, that wasn't very good. Got it from this side. I've lost some control, I think. Sorry, I'm talking on both streams, but I lost control there. I think they shot me up so that my control synapses were damaged. So I went into a second run, but I had no control, so that was it. Gone. Oh, you're going for air targets. Yeah, perhaps I'll do that. I'll spawn in with a spit and go for some air targets.
So there are 2 sets of 109s.
Oh, 2, right.
Yeah, so there's blue wing 109s, which are enemy, but passive. And there are more classical 109 colours further out, closer to the JU88s, which will fire back.
Oh, that's interesting. How long have they been there?
As of today.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, I'm jumping in a spit.
Although to be honest, I can't keep up. I can't keep up with 109. Can't get close without going.
Speed should be a problem, but maybe they can outturn me.
I'm keeping up with their turns, all right. I feel like I should be a lot more, but I'm only going like 200 miles.
Yeah, well, maybe you need your compressor on or something. I don't know enough about how to use that stuff. And as you see from my stream,
You mean
it's far back.
From a Spitfire point of view, or the P-51?
P-51. It's far back at the moment. I now do this.
Not that it makes much difference, because I can't hit them anyway, but...
You'll get me eventually. And that brings me now to what I believe to be a realistic view in the Spitfire. I think you wouldn't see that far back normally. So let's start up, get going. There's me. How long have I been using the Spit? Forgot to turn on my fuel pump and fuel cock. That's because I'm talking to the stream. Okay. So the fuel pump's going on now. You might hear it. It's pretty quiet. And now I'll open the fuel cock, which you'll see and hear. And then I'll reprime it. So that was a bit embarrassing, simply forgetting those 2 vital things. Here we go again. Oh, we haven't got the bug, have we? When you do things in the wrong order, sometimes it bugs out and it won't let you start. I'll give it one more try, and if this doesn't work I'll have to respawn in, get a working aircraft. I was hoping it was just flooded and that it might start to kick, but it's not gonna. I think it's bugged now. So I'm just going to jump out and get a new aircraft. That one won't take a second. A lot of that happens because I'm busy talking. Look, there's the far view again. So I hit my little switch which I've set up for it. And that's more like what you'd see. There we go. Yeah, it got bugged by me not doing it right the first time. It shouldn't. I mean, it should be just that I just do it right and then it's okay. But they develop a bug. There's a couple of things like that. If you like accidentally push a button to start the engine and you slip off it so it doesn't get a chance to start, that can cause an issue. Right, I'm going to adjust my altimeter. And set my nose down and my rudder trim. Okay, no ceremony. I've already explained what I do for takeoff, so I'll go take off. Just check my settings. Take my brake off, and away we go. I'm not seeing the other fighters. But I do have a bomber that I can go for right now.
They should be there. They should be escorting the bombs. Not sure if I said that last I was pressed. There should be fighters escorting the bombers. You're right. There's not any there by the bombers at the moment. I'll have to look at the map, see if I can find any.
Yeah, sorry, I was engaging then. I couldn't respond.
There's one 88 with a bit of damage to the right engine, steam.
Well, I've got one kicking out black smoke because of what I just did to it. He's got my engine's dying. He obviously got it. I'm gonna have to bail. Well, I don't think I'm going to sit here all this time. That'll be a bit boring. Oh, that's the wreck of my aircraft. That'll be a bit boring for you, so I'll just jump. If I was closer to the ground, if you haven't already seen it, I'll show you the fact that when we get closer, his knees come together and they come to bend slightly and ready for impact. So I'll just grab a new aircraft anyway. Don't forget to check out
Yeah.
Laxor's
I'm just
stream.
gonna
That's
take a quick break in a second.
LAXXOR. Copy that. So Laxor taking a break, but that's only going to be a very, very short break, of course. But yeah, LAXXOR on Twitch. His full handle is Alaxor Borosilicates, but I'm sure you'll find him with LAXXOR. If anyone's interested in a little bit of fun music on my YouTube channel, looking at the uploads, my uploads, there's one there. I downloaded a backing track for Come Fly With Me, the Frank Sinatra.
I
Come
don't do
Fly With
Twitch.
Me. Oh, it's a pity. Okay, pity you don't do Twitch. It's worth a look to get Laxor, because I think he only does Twitch, he doesn't do YouTube. Yeah, so I got this backing track for Come Fly With Me, and I put it over one of my little sorties here where I flew out in a Spitfire and beat up the passive trucks on a field nearby, and that was quite nice. I put vocals over it. I used it as a karaoke, if you like. Beautiful orchestral backing. And I put that, yeah, so I put my voice over that just for a bit of fun. Come Fly With Me. If you look on my uploads, you'd find it on YouTube, I guess. Taking off, break off. Actually, I was going to go for these ground units, but I'm still going to go for ground units, but I'm going to bypass that area, fly past the beach and turn back for a different angle on the remaining tanks that are on there. There's got to be at least 2 tanks on there, but there's normally 4. I think I can see 2. One's blown out. Shooting at me. I've got control this time, so if I do anything wrong, it's my fault. That got him. I didn't hear any impacts on me. I didn't actually hear my 20mm fire, perhaps I did. They normally sound quite different, quite noticeable, but I didn't particularly notice them. There's also infantry down there that can shoot me down. That was good enough. Oh, perhaps not. It said 93%. I'll make another run at him. Just trying to keep an eye on where he is. That got him. I think I need to get another beer. Sorry, I don't know if you're there. That was a very nice strafe on those passive tanks that sit on the field to the west of the airfield.
The artillery one's just past the bridge unit.
Yeah, there's a line of tanks. 1, 2, 3. I actually got 5 of them, which is okay in my sport.
Yeah.
Acacias, or what they are.
Right, yeah. I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have known that those aircraft weren't spawning with GUAVs. There's
Perhaps they won't.
There are 3 109.
Sorry, say again?
I was going to look to see if I could find any 109s. No, I can't find any 109s that are out of place.
No.
But there are four Pilot 109s. By, like, near the JU88 area.
Oh.
And none of them are respawning, which is awesome. I don't know if it's worth me dropping out the server just to have a look at the map.
Oh, well, don't spoil your flower. One more run and I'll RTV, because I've probably only got a small calibre now. They're not going to do much to this. Yeah, they're just basically bouncing off, so I'll RTV. I'm RTV. What I said about the sport. I'll pull over to one side in case I lax or wants the runway. I need to get rearmed. Okay, I'll leave it there. I'll stop my track AR briefly. Leave the ticking over. And do what Lexor did. Well, at least take a very short break. I'll be back soon. I'll put my back soon notes on, and I'll mute myself in Lexor in the Discord. So I'll be back. Oh, it's not coming up.
Okay.
There we are. I'll be back soon.
It's runway clear.
Request rearming. Copy. Rearming complete.
Am I good for takeoff?
Yeah, probably.
That's alright, I'm only sitting on the side, so if any doubt whatsoever, I can just hold back, no problem.
I was just coming to a standstill. Then
Yeah,
I'll respawn anyway. Okay, it's clean.
Okay.
Once again, foiled by rockets in the P-51 this time.
Well, that's odd. So whatever aircraft you're in, you're failing with rockets for some reason, like failing to fire, even though it's all armed.
Yeah. I mean, I'll try the 47 because that was what.
Yeah, I mean there is that lever on the centre, in the centre of the control area that need to flick, and that worked for me. Okay, I'm moving centre runway.
Okay.
So you'll see that this lever here is what I'm using as my brake. So right rudder, apply some brake. Left rudder, apply some brake. I remembered to reset my nose down for takeoff.
Welcome back. I was getting a coffee.
Jolly good. I got one of those. Okay, without further ado, break off. I think I've got everything set. Where we go?
Yeah, nice.
Very nice, actually. You probably can't get it over there, but it's that one. Proper job. It's from St Austell in Cornwall. It's a beautiful, it's a lovely, if you love a hoppy, smacky, bitter beer, that's what that is. It's really, really nice. It's possibly the best I've had, and I've had enough time to try a few. Okay, I'm going to break off. Stick back, full right, throttle up. gradually let the stick forward. Rotate. Gear up. I missed my gear up switch. Didn't do anything wrong, I just missed it. Just my trip.
Haven't seen any British gear in Australia.
Pity, because that's a really nice one. Well, so it's really nice, but I like a good bitter and good hoppy beer, and that's exactly what it is. It's a golden colour, beautiful, beautiful beer. So I think I'll go for those Junkers. When I take my finger off, my pinky off the button, it doesn't always take me back to the from the map. Once again, I'll mention for anyone on anyone watching on. Oh, you're all watching on Twitch. Okay, it's not a YouTube thing. Fair enough. Looks like you're all watching on Twitch. Don't forget Laxor, Laxxor, Laxor borosilicase. You'll find him just with Laxxor. Another good stream to watch. And this is Laxor's mission. He's running it on his server. His mission, which he designed, and is still a work in progress. He's got stuff to do on it. Part of the plan for this mission was that Laxor wanted to have capture points, so that it's a bit like Warfare, you know. So, yeah, certain aspects of Warfare. About having capture points, and he's got it started, but
Traditionally most beer here were bitter /hoppy. Guess that was because most of us came from the U.K.
yeah, I guess you're right there. Roger, I'm airborne to the north of the airfield looking at Junkers. Junkers 88s. Well, he ain't going far with them engines, is he? They should be bailing out soon. Yeah, they'll bail out now that it says that it's destroyed. There they go.
Right, rockets are working fine for
Oh, good. Well, that's something then. On the 47, yeah, that's something.
me. Yeah.
ammo. Coming back to base. Although I might see if this guy goes down. What's he should? Oh yeah, it says he's destroyed. I'm coming back. I'm RTV. I think I, as the pilot, have been hit because I don't feel as though the aircraft's that damaged, but it's not responding that well because I suppose the pilot is injured.
We're clear to land.
Well, I'm coming in on emergency landing from the west at the moment, but
Okay.
depends on
That's
how
right.
urgent you are. I think the pilot's
No,
hit
not
because
urgent.
I don't think the engines, the aircraft is particularly damaged, but she's not handled well, so I think it's the pilot is injured. In fact, it stopped responding to input from me. I think the pilot must have passed out, although he's not black. But all control was lost. So that's Laxor in his P-47. The rockets at work. For some reason, on the other aircraft, he hasn't been able to get the rockets to fire. seems to be showing your pilot head movements very well. You were obviously looking a lot round to the right and down just then. Oh,
Not too
good.
bad. I had plenty worse landings. This was it.
Oh yeah. It's always easy to have worse landings.
Yeah.
There's got to be something in the mappings of your P-51 and Mosquito that are preventing you from firing rockets. There's got to be something in the mappings, hasn't it? If it's working okay for the P-47. Just got to jump onto Facebook for a minute. Is anyone still on my screen? Just give me a yes if you're there, please. The count says one, but it could be okay. I know the count's not that.
Harrier.
Yes, indeed, a Harrier, yeah. I don't usually fly jets. This is the only one I do because there's the potential for something different, i.e. the vertical takeoff, for which I would use this second throttle lever in the inset picture as my thrust vector adjustment. It doesn't move at the moment because the engine's not running. Let's get started up.
A favourite of mine.
Well, it's the only jet that I use. As I say, simply because it's got the potential for vertical takeoff. But I tend to put rockets on, and for that, you end up having to reduce your load, your fuel load or whatever, because vertical takeoff with a load out doesn't work so well. So I tend to take off conventionally, and along there actually, not even on the runway. I just zoom along this big wide taxiway parking area. Okay, what have I done? What have I not done? First thing I want to do is actually rearm. I use voice attack, by the way. I don't know if you know voice attack.
Yes.
Request rearming.
It's a
Copy.
useful little program. It's not terribly reliable sometimes, but when it's working, it's great. I don't want ever to have to reach around all this lot to get to my keyboard, and I almost never have to touch my keyboard because I'm using voice attack for the command menu that you just saw. So let's wind this up then, whilst they're rearming me. I'm sure they won't mind.
Rearming complete.
Oh, I'm rearmed, that's good. I'll put some lights on. Only because it looks pretty when it's all turned on and running.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks. Copy. Wheel chocks are now removed.
So now I can demonstrate the thrusters. Or not. Oh, perhaps that's to be running properly before I can do that. Stand by. So, sorry, wrong button. Just talking about the Harrier and thrusters and stuff. And this might not be working right because I've just pushed my throttle forward and it is not throttling up.
Was your throttle all the way back? And if it wasn't, you'll need to trip the that cut off.
Yeah, it was all the way back. Oh, it's alright, I didn't push it far forward enough. It's only a smidge, but it made the difference.
Yeah.
Let's go Buzz Laxor. Only one. I just released a load of rockets on a bunch of stuff on a neat line. I only got one hit. Well, there you are. I'm proving how bad I am with rockets.
As usual, I'm happy to leave the server on for longer, but I'm going to call it in about 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd have been happy if it had been 10 minutes. I must say I've done a lot today, but I have been very busy. I've had the guitar out pretty much all day, and I've been working on that Blackbird. I'm really enjoying working on that, so it's lovely to work on. I can't do it yet, but it's really nice. I'm doing it bit by bit. think I'm RTB. I'm out of rocket, so I'm coming back.
Roger that. I'm probably not going to make it back actually, but just in case I do, I'm on emergency.
Okay, which direction are you coming in from?
East.
Okay.
Yeah, my engine's spooling down. Yeah, no, I'm probably not going to make it. Just got lit up by the shulkers on the bridge.
By the what? On the bridge? Because I've destroyed all the BTRs.
No, the dangerous bridge.
Oh, that one, right, okay. Well, the other one's pretty dangerous if if you're not careful.
Yeah, the shulker bridge is even more dangerous.
Yeah.
I've got a massive plume of black out the back.
I can't see you at all at the moment. Oh, hang on. For me, it's not black. It's white.
There. I think I'll make it back.
Or some flaps give you a little bit of lift. Or have you got not enough speed?
I don't really have flaps in there. Yeah. But yeah, I am going pretty slow. In fact, better drop kick.
I can see you just didn't quite make it.
Yeah, descent was just a little bit too rapid.
Fraction beyond spitting distance.
Yeah.
I think I had a lot more damage than I realised. It didn't want to. It was fighting me for me to go to the right.
Right.
I've landed, and I'll get out in a minute and take a look. But I think there must have been something going on. It was easy to go to the left, but not to the right. Oops! Dip my nose. Well, it all looks okay from the outside. Rudder's intact. I've just been on the other screens and I'm finding that Explorer isn't really working at the moment. I think it must be
Right.
because of running DCS and stuff like that, but Explorer isn't really working. It just gives me an
And did you say
hourglass.
that? Did you say that you'd had a crash at DCS?
Uh, not tonight. It wasn't tonight, was it?
I can't remember.
Yeah, no, there was a catastrophic crash last night. Software-wise, not airplane-wise. So, whether to get repaired, respawn in a Harrier, or pick up something else, I'll ask me stream if you've got any thoughts. Not that I've got hundreds, maximum of 2. I have also pointed them at your stream, but one of them doesn't do Twitch, which is a pity.
Right.
Okay, so any thoughts, folks, on what I should be flying next? We could be talking a P-51, a P-47, a Spitfire, a Mosquito, this one, the Harrier, or even a 109. I'll wait for any responses on that. I know it's taking roughly 30 seconds. That's a long time.
Just taxiing towards the runway, my clear takeoff.
Copy. Yeah, I'm on the. I'm facing west, and I'm on the left hand of the runway.
So I was going to take off easterly.
Oh, you're probably behind me then, so that's no problem.
Yeah.
I'll jump on the map and take a look. Yeah, you're definitely good to go on that. Well, I haven't taken the P-47 up for a little while, so perhaps that one. Or the P-51. Oh, I'm not sure now. Perhaps the P-51. I've probably taken the P-47 more recently than a 51, so perhaps I'll take a 51. I think we've got a maximum of about 20 minutes now before we fold. it's a real business-like aeroplane. It's a beefy, chunky, meaty thing, isn't it? The 47. Lovely.
Request rearming. Copy. Rearming complete.
northeast.
Copy that.
Actually, it might not be. I might be going round slightly higher and faster than I thought I was.
Okay, I'm tacked into runway, but I'll wait until you're down.
Shit, no, that's right. If you're ready to go, go.
Well, I'm not even at the runway yet.
But you're-
No, I'm going to wait until you're down. I'm going to sit on the end of this taxiway. I've just noticed on the P47 there's a whole array of circuit breakers which I assume are in the operated position, and if you press them they are in the unoperated position, because it mentions like gun circuit breaker, and I've not had trouble firing my guns and I never affect those circuit breakers, but when you hover over them you do get the option to change stuff, so I imagine it's to turn it off.
Yeah, I've never quite. Oh,
Don't worry, just do your landing.
well, I'm stationary. Runway's clear.
Stationary what?
Runway's clear.
Oh, okay. I'm moving on to a runway now. I'm trying to control this thing like a spit. I'm moving my brake lever and nothing's happening. I forgot I've got to do it with my feet and my rudder. That don't look too healthy.
I wouldn't. Oh no, that's even less healthy.
Definitely.
Those shulkers have gotten both more dangerous and for some reason harder to target. The Mavericks just won't lock onto them.
Oh, right. I mean, there's always been the thing about the rear gunner is shooting at us before we stand at any chance of shooting at them. And for some reason, they seem to be pretty accurate at long range.
Oh, which ones are you talking about?
The Yonkers, the 88s. Are you talking about the 88?
Oh no, I was on the. No, I was talking about the ZG-23s at the bridge.
Oh, sorry.
For some reason, the Mavericks, you can point the Maverick right at it, and it'll either not lock at all, or it will come up with a lock box, but it doesn't work because there's another box over the top of it. I don't quite know if that's a bug or something with the Mavericks and the Harrier, but that seems to be occurring more, and certainly in relation to these ZG-23s.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the clock, and it must be about time that you're thinking about shutting down anyway.
Yeah, pretty much, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We've had a reasonable run tonight, I think. I've had some good fun. You've had some good fun, I hope.
Yeah, it was good.
I was actually busy.
No, go.
I was just gonna, no, it's a change of subject, so you carry on.
I just had a good couple of runs in the Warbirds as well, so that's good. With
Yeah.
the exception of rockets in the
that's
Mosquito.
right.
But
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at rockets. I can't seem to work with rockets very well. Give me some guns in a Spitfire or even a P-51, and I'm, stand more chance. But rockets are very much for me quite hit and miss. No, I was just going
the rockets in the 47. Just the others don't seem to want to play ball at the moment.
No, the 47 with that sight waving about all over the place, it only takes a breath to throw it all out, and I'm just useless with it. I probably should lock that, take the gyro sight off, and because it just throws me out completely, and it just jumps around. You can't control it. It's not as if you can control the sight by aiming the aircraft better, because it just the slightest movement has it waving all over the place, and it bounces around before it comes back into normal position. So still, come on. I don't know how accurate that is. Of course, it might not be accurate. Yeah, I was quite busy earlier on. I was this is a total change of subject. I was. If I say wooden tops, does that mean anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. I found the a while ago. I found the theme music to it, and I was talking to Robin, who's in the States, who's just got herself a keyboard, and so I said, "Here's a challenge." So the challenge was both ways: for me to write it out in musical notation, and then the next challenge is for her to play it and then make a recording, perhaps, so that I can to hear what she gets out of it. It's fascinating. That was good fun. It was good fun. Sort of, I was using a program called Crescendo, which I haven't paid for, so it's outrun its time. So if I want to actually save stuff in terms of a recording, I've got to actually pay for it, which is about 28 quid. And I don't think I use it enough for that, to be honest. I use it every half past July.
That's cheaper than I was expecting you to.
Sorry?
That's cheaper than I was expecting you to.
Oh yeah, it's not a bad price, but it's not a bad price if you're using it sort of now and again, but I use it very rarely, so it's probably not worth it for me. But anyway, the point was I was able to what it enables you to do is pick a musical note, drop it onto a stave, and then build a song from that. So I listened to the Wooden Tops theme, And bearing in mind you've got left hand and right hand playing multiple notes probably, and so I was like listening it off and dropping the notes on and creating something. Well, I didn't create a musical file. Well, I did actually, but in a different way. But mainly I wanted the printout of the music, the dots.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I passed on, and we'll see how she gets on with it, and see if it sounds the same as it's supposed to. But that was quite good fun. But I spent most of the day actually fiddling about with guitar, which actually made me feel guilty because I'm thinking surely there should be something that I should be doing rather than what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
But I was actually pleased that the guitar has pulled me back into the music, and I was working on Blackbird, and that was is a very nice, very nice to play. So it's a bit of a diversion from flying, isn't it? So I'll break off that. So next weekend, I guess.
That I might rejig a couple of things just for next weekend.
Okay, we'll just keep me posted.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, say again.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So just let me know.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go. Good night to everybody on Lexor stream and anyone that's still left on my stream. And I'm gonna close my stream now. So good night to everybody. Good night, Lexor. Catch you next weekend.
All right, and take care.
Yeah. Good night. And for anyone that might still be on my stream, thank you for being there. I'll give it a few seconds in case you want to reply if you're still there, and then I'll be closing the stream.
See you later.
Yeah, take care, Rodney. Thanks for being there. Catch you another time.